All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it's to review the game that we just watched. And if you're wondering what do you mean we just watched? Well, I did a live watch along for all my subscribers that just basically doing a watch along of the game, and unfortunately, it wasn't a better result. My very first watch along of Arsenal, I believe I probably got that wrong. Yeah, Arsenal lost 1-0 to Everton, and I did tell people that it would not be easy. This is what I meant in my last video, and people didn't like it when I said, let's not get gassed, let's stay focused. This is what I meant. And I had, if you go to that video, I have so many people going, why are you trying to rain on our parade, this, that, and the other. In my video, I even say, listen, don't get it twisted. Enjoy the time. But we got away games next. And I even mentioned Everton as our next away game. And I said, listen, we need to stay focused on this game because Everton will not be easy. And just like Nostradamus Chig, look at what's happened. This is what I'm trying to say to people. I don't say shit for the sake of saying shit. Because I know my team. I know my team. I know that there's sometimes when we're on a good run, we get arrogant, we get complacent, and this type of thing happens. I know my team. I know what they do. I know what they're capable of. I know that on any other day, 7 or 8 times out of 10, we'd smack Everton, no problem. We'd slap them, no problem. But there's that 2 times out of 10 where today, like something like today, will happen. And if you want me to be real, I know people are saying Everton played amazing. I don't think they played all that. This reminded me, and someone brought it up. I think it was Douglas in the chat, or Reese in the chat. One of you two. Shout out to everybody in the chat room during the watch along today. They were live today. They were brilliant today. I'm definitely going to do that a lot more. And they were like, yeah, this kind of reminds me of the West Ham away game. And do you know what? It was exactly the West Ham game. West Ham weren't that great. They weren't. But we just decided, you know what? Nah, couldn't be bothered today. And that was what it was. It was a reality check we needed because none of our players really turned up. We're being honest. Who was our best player today? Who? You know, Lacazette, I thought was attempting to try, but I didn't think, if anything, he was getting more frustrated than anything else. I'm trying to go through the motions here. Mickey had a decent 10-minute spell in the first half. Other than that, nah. You know, Ozil was Mesut. Let's be real, was a typical Mesut for away games. There was no one really that I thought, maybe Socrates, maybe Nacho, maybe. I thought Kolasinac was terrible. There's not any surprise that he came off. It's a worry because, you know, games are coming thick and fast at the moment, and we've got one of our biggest games of the season against Napoli. And don't get me wrong, we do have a pretty good record against Italian sides, but they still need to be beat. And Napoli are a decent side with a lot of good players. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe this was the reality check we needed. We're still 4th. We're only a point behind Spurs. Spurs do have at least one difficult game left. I think it's against United. So it's not like it's all doom and gloom, but maybe this was the reality check we needed. Just trying to think of individual performances. For me, I think there was an effort from Mickey where he should have done better. There was an effort from Ramsey where it came out to him, and instead of just striking through that ball. He tried to lob it over everyone, and it just was just like, oh, what is that? Mustafi was, again, facing his former club. Was Mustafi. Just, you always felt that there was a mistake left in him. I know a lot of people felt that I was being a bit harsh with Mustafi with the goal, but I felt like as a central defender in that situation, you should be attacking that ball, and he didn't. He didn't really attack the ball. He was just being Mustafi about it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I thought Socrates did okay. I thought Lacazette, they kept hacking the crap out of him. Like literally in the first half, there was a period of about 15 minutes where I honestly kid you not, he was on the floor a good 4 or 5 times in a space of about 15 minutes. He'll be sore in the morning. I don't know. I don't know with Arsenal, man. I don't know. I just feel left disappointed. We should have done better. We didn't do better. Is it all doom and gloom? I'm sure you're going to get idiots saying Emre out, because I know people hated the starting lineup with El Nene. And did El Nene contribute anything? No. Was he like Mustafi bad, where you felt like there was always a mistake left in him? No, I didn't necessarily feel that. The thing with El Nene, he's not good enough. I don't necessarily think he's a liability. He's just not good enough. And then today was a perfect example of that. And I guess the other kind of thing that I would say to people is, all right, so what would you have started with? I guess most people would say, well, they would have started with Ramsey, but it's very clear that Ramsey had an injury concern going into this game, which is why he didn't start. He was touch and go for this game as well. And it was a surprise that he was on the bench. So I'm not going to go at Emre too tough. I know other people might for the lineup. Yes, it surprised me, but I'm not going to go at him too much. For me, if I'm going to go at Emre for anything, is where was the motivation from the boys? Because to me, it just seemed lax. You can't say they've been tired. They've had several breaks over the last few weeks. So it can't be a case of tiredness. They damn near had a winter break. Let's be real here. To me, this is just a typical example of what happens when Arsenal had breaks. We're not good. We need to be in some sort of fluent flow. And we're used to being tired. Just be in a fluent flow in order to finish the season strong. So us actually getting these back-to-back big games that we're having. So we've got obviously Napoli before we're back on Sunday. I think it's Watford away is the next game, which again ain't going to be an easy game. But I think we need these at the moment just to get ourselves back up to pace, because I'll tell you what, today was not good, man. I mean, talk about toffees. It looked like our gear stick was stuck on a toffee. It was just there was just nothing there. There was no fluency. There was no our short passes, which is usually the pinnacle of what Arsenal teams are built off. There was none of that there. You know, I thought Guendouzi did okay. I know he's going to get flack because he always gets flack for whatever reason. I think the thing about Guendouzi is, to me, you need to run it like Torreira next to him. That's my view. And I think when you've got El Nene, who's also quite a static player, you've got Aaron Ramsey, who's a runner, yes, but not a runner in the way I mean. He's an offensive runner rather than a defensive runner. So he's always going to look a little bit worse than he actually is. And I think today was an example of that. Whereas I actually thought Guendouzi did all right. But I can guarantee you, without even looking on Twitter, people are gonna ravish him. And yeah, I'm pissed. Don't get me wrong, I'm pissed because I hate it when Arsenal lose. But I've always maintained that Arsenal were not going to win 7 games in a row. Clearly, we're not. So our next objective is to try and win 6 games in a row. In my view, 18 points will get us top 3, never mind top 4. 16 points will get us top 3. Sorry, top 4, I should say. 16 points will get us top 4. 18 points will get us top 3. That's the way we need to look at it. We need to try and win 6 out of 6. I don't know how we're going to do that, considering the way we're playing at the moment, but that has to be our aim. We need to finish this league strong. So yes, this is going to take some time to get over, but come Monday morning, we need to be back on it. Because quite frankly, we don't have time to dwell on this. We have to keep it pushing. We have to look to win that Europa League, just in case it doesn't go quite right in the league. So let's see what happens. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I want to thank everybody, from Reese to VP to you donated 3 times. What an amazing guy VP is. I don't hate VP. You probably saw in the chat room that he said that I muted him. I just find with him, he tweets a lot and with tagging me in. So sometimes I just want to control that a little bit. But VP, if you're listening, I don't hate you, brother. I really don't. Yeah, I can tell you're young. Let's put it that way. I can tell you're very, very young. And a lot of enthusiasm. So let's put it that way. Yeah, so from VP to Archie to Douglas, I think I've made a new BFF in Douglas. So to Hal, to all the people in America watching, you guys are crazy. Watching it this early on a Sunday, on a Sunday morning, goodness. And all around the world, really, wherever you're watching this, thank you. I don't say thank you enough to my established guys. So thank you. Do continue to follow me for new content. I'll be back possibly later tonight, but more likely Monday night. Maybe with Ola and a couple of other people, just to do some player ratings. I want to do some live player ratings. They're always really popular because it's really subjective. So I'm going to do that Monday night, I think. So I'm going to drop some player ratings. Back on Tuesday for the preview for Napoli, review on Thursday, and then prepare for the weekend game. Also, sometime this week, for you UFC people, I will be doing something with Ola, I would imagine, covering the 236 card, which is on Saturday. That I'm going to be putting onto iTunes and SoundCloud for the very first time. So do keep an eye out on that. In terms of my next football show with people on, that should hopefully be tomorrow. And get a few people, depending on what. I may get Lee, maybe Sam. I've not got Sam on in a little while. Maybe Collins, see what people like that are on. So do stay tuned for that. I will make some type of announcement on Twitter and on my community post, because I should recognize that not everybody on YouTube has Twitter. So on my community post on YouTube, I will let you guys know who will be on. So do keep an eye out on that. If you like this video, please crush, please destroy, please drop kick that like button. I appreciate it when you guys do that. It just helps the show get noticed. It helps drive the attention and the traffic to the show. And in that way, my subscribers go up. That's what I'm hoping anyway. That's the grand plan. And also, in terms of live shows going forward, I will be doing watch-alongs, particularly for any games on Sky or anything like that. Maybe less so for the European games, because I tend to try and stream those. So I don't trust the stream enough for it to be able to keep going while you guys are listening. So, and certainly any games on TV, I'll definitely do for you guys. So I think that's pretty much it. So guys, I want you to enjoy your Sunday evenings. I know if you're a wrestling fan, it is your Super Bowl today. So do enjoy WrestleMania. If you ain't watching WrestleMania, you just got sleep. Watch your sleep. Do stay tuned to all my friends of the show. Gooner Talk, Lee Gunner's review will probably be dropping, knowing him, sometime in the next 20 minutes. His review will be dropping, so keep an eye out on that. Go to his channel, tell him I sent you. And that's pretty much it. I'm out of here, people. Take care. Deuces.